To the pioneer families in migration. You have been pedaling, running, and treading water for years trying to get to the place and season you will finally settle and catch your breath. Many are tired and feeling grieved that the road has been so long, and the battle, to get there, has been so drawn out and delayed. And right now, the joy and passion you started with feels evaporated, but today you need some reminders. The way forward is not stuck. You are not out of options. You didn't miss your timing. You didn't misinterpret God's voice. You didn't fail or disobey. You weren't abandoned or passed by. You just aren't the one holding the map. He holds the map. You don't hold the timepiece, He does. He knows the exact moment you will settle, and there is a perfection to that timing. He is faithful. Yes, He is faithful. What you have experienced in the last 7 years is not just warfare against your faith journey, but the assignment of assassination to take you out on all fronts so that you give up and give in. The enemy has tried to hit your wallet, your peace, your marriage, your relationships, your mental health, and your clarity, because he knows that when you settle, you will be a righteous stake in the ground. He has tried to prevent connection, community, and support by isolating you and bullying you with fears and doubts so you lose the raw faith that you stepped out with. What you have faced is the enemy's attempt to prevent you entering this major promise, because it's more than just you moving to a geographical location. This is about family legacy and revival. This is the setup for your children and the destiny upon them. This is the faith move that unties the knots that have been imposed upon your family line and activates purpose beyond what you can see. Soon the carousel season of moving pieces, families, roles, and assignments will come to a stop, and you will find rest. Soon you will be able to finally put your bags down and finally feel home. Soon you will step into the front door of long-awaited physical homes God has prepared for you. Soon you will find your people and tribe that you have given up on ever finding in your lifetime. God is going to make ways around the obstacles you face and loopholes where you will pass through. He is going to override the negative reports and open the closed gates and ports. He is going to show you He is faithful and give you signs of His goodness and favor in the weeks to come, that He is still the captain of this earth endeavor. He is still the breaker at the head of this migration. To those who have been shipwrecked by stepping out in faith, is that the end of your story? Did God steal, kill, and destroy, or the enemy? Does He get the last say in your family's journey? Pick up your sword again and get on your face again and commit your future to the Lord, not to man, an institution, or ideal. Your future is the Lord's, and He who is faithful will deliver. Get back your worship that moves you forward even when the tide seems to move against you. Get back your fight when it's easier to stay in bed and accept the funeral of a dream. It's not over, it's just beginning. Pioneer families. Faith motivated Abraham to obey God's call and leave the familiar to discover the territory he was destined to inherit from God. So, he left with only a promise, and without even knowing ahead of time where he was going, Abraham stepped out in faith. He lived by faith as an immigrant in his promised land, as though it belonged to someone else. He journeyed through the land living in tents with Isaac and Jacob, who were persuaded that they were also co-heirs of the same promise. His eyes of faith were set on the city with unshakable foundations, whose architect and builder is God Himself. Sarah's faith embraced God's miracle power to conceive even though she was barren and was past the age of childbearing, for the authority of her faith rested in the one who made the promise, and she tapped into His faithfulness. Hebrews 11 verses 8 to 11 TPT.